Paying attention. My man was on the pulse with that one. Attention. Reaching out and giving attention. Narrowing the scope. Lending your eye. Your first eye. Tension. The definition of tense is a time or space where you are stretched, or if we looked at the scope or a moment in space, because it is space, everything is space, we can't look at it as time. We can look at energy being stretched. And a spot where energy was stretched in the so-called past is the past tense, and a spot where energy was or will be expressed, that's what a tense is, and a stretching or an expansion, reaching out of the energy. So the space is the tense. So when we dilute or like break apart, really when you look at tense, it comes down to tempus or time. Again, the beat, the pulse, that's what we're looking into. We're breaking down the origin of the words. Tempus, time, time period, pulse period. The density of a space in which we reside in. So if it's a tense period, the space is more stretched thin. It's all about the perception of the density of the the vibration that we're riding, the wave we're riding. And then we look into that window or wave, that experience, this vibration that we're experiencing in all ways, on all levels, in all dimensions, all at once, because the time is suspended. We gotta understand that there's no concept of time, only space and energy in the space, which is just light. So we're measuring the density in space. The density of energy in space is tension. So if we give attention, we're just stretching or reaching out. It's just like reaching out from the globe. It's just that force that will push against you. It's like you're creating that tension because you're stretching. You are giving your eye. You're lending your eye, your creative eye, yourself. Because that's, the sun, again, the pineal or the eye, the first eye, the third eye, is pretty much the creative center. What you see is what you create. And the more energy you give to that, the more you create. So the more energy you can harness or will around, push around in the direction you so choose, determines how rapidly things manifest for you. So we can't measure will, we can only measure energy. So that's what tension is. If to break down tension or giving a tension, you're giving your eye, you're giving your creative faculty, your one, to reach out in space. So reaching in, pretty much. You're pretty much diluting yourself or fragmenting yourself, creating a thin spot in space, and looking at that moment in space. That is attention. And then you're creating on the foundation of this space. That's what you're laying. That's the foundation of your creation at that point. If you can even follow me here, this is a difficult one. I think that you'd have to see for yourself, inside yourself. You'd have to experience. But if you can follow me, I think that's a dope vid.